He said, the land of Zebulun, the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentile, the people that sat in darkness have seen a great light. He went up as a carpenter, he returned as a great light. He said, they that sat in the region of the shackles of death, a great light has sprung forth. He came with authority, and he knew. The same synagogue he was going from a boy, he returned in Luke 4:18. He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me. I have been empowered. Authority level has changed. I'm no longer just talking and debating. I was here once upon a time debating with doctors of the law. Now, I have been anointed to bring deliverance to the captive, to unstop the deaf, the ear of the deaf, to open the eyes of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, and to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Levels have changed. So when we speak of advancement, we are talking change in status. We are talking change in rank. We are talking change in authority. Change in influence quotient. That's what God is doing for us in this season. Some of you will return to that your office. Now you will talk. Your words will be law. The same way you were talking before, but the words will carry different weight. And some of you, physically, you will be promoted on your job. For some of you, same songs you sang that only your family and friends listen to encourage you. You have not added anything to it. In fact, you have uploaded the song already on YouTube. Suddenly, people will start looking for it. And you're wondering, what's going on? Promotion has come. When God began to lift me, messages we uploaded that nobody cared about suddenly started receiving views in millions. I said, but this message has been online for 5 years. It's not where you put the message that matters. It's at what level you are when you put it. That's why those of you who are killing yourself with competition, rest. You don't need to compete with anybody. Just be promoted. Don't kill yourself. You will allow bitterness take root in your heart. Just be promoted. Gain rank. There will be 1,000 apostles, but your voice will be unique. There will be 1,000 prophets. You will have your place. There will be 1,000 people doing the same business, but you have your place. Because promotion has come. That's advancement. When God causes you to break into higher grounds. The ministry is still in the same location. You are still preaching the same message, but the impact is different. You are talking, demons are shouting and leaving people. You are talking, nations are coming. Kings are coming. What's going on? Promotion has come. Can I tell you something? Before this month is over, somebody will be promoted. He said, I watch my word to see that it is accomplished. When God speaks, He's not trying to give you information. When He speaks, He creates, it empowers, He alters things. Because the voice of God, the Bible said, is upon many waters. It said the voice of God discovered the forest. It causes the hind to calve. It divided the flames of fire. When it talks, things change. He's a king. He said, where the word of the king is, there's power. Who can say unto him, what doest thou? See, some of you, your life may not look like it. Watch what happens to you from tonight. You will see some, they won't even have the courtesy for the authority they command. That means God lifted them and started training them after lifting them. I had a meeting with a brother last week. Can you imagine? He came with singlet. And you needed to know the figures we were talking about. Some of our leaders were there. And the guy was calling those figures as if he was playing. I now say, okay, it's good to dress well. But know the type of dress to wear first. Wear power, wear favor, wear wisdom, then wear clothes. You know the problem with most of you? Packaging. You are walking like peacock, but you are talking. Nobody is hearing. You can't change anything. But the equation is changing today. Number 3, advancement beyond promotion is possessing your inheritance. You know, Joseph was promoted, but he was still in Egypt. So that was not God's perfect plan. So there is a realm beyond promotion. After you are promoted, then you receive your inheritance. Because there is an inheritance to take. God can promote you in a strange land. But when he gives you your inheritance, you have your place. And God does not only promote, he gives inheritance. Deuteronomy 2:24, it says, rise ye up, take up thy journey, go beyond the river Arnon. It said, behold, become aware, I have given you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. That one is now yours. It said, begin to contend with him and possess the land. Inheritance. And you know the inheritances we have in the New Testament. He was made shame so that you will take glory. So our inheritances are beyond lands. They are things that produce land. He took shame so that you will take glory. He was demoted so that you can be elevated and honored. The reason God stripped himself of the garment of divinity, Philippians 2 from verse 5 to 10, was so that you can come into honor. So your inheritance is glory. Your inheritance is honor. Your inheritance is acceptance. Ephesians 1:3. He was rejected on the cross so that you will be accepted in the beloved. That's why nations can't reject us. Men can't reject us. See, there are people who hate us. Guess what they do? When we talk, they still listen. Hey, let me hear what he thinks he's saying now. If we cough, they are sentenced to listen. And then they listen, they are pained. They make negative comment. The comment is deleted. Because if you have rank, build your own platform. Don't hang under my own like a gazelle. I won't give you a platform there. You see, they'll come and hang like praying mantis and be typing and be typing. They will type 10 pages. If you know so much, why are you hanging on the comment? You want to enter my own inheritance and become a scholar. Those days, my admin used to respond. Now they don't. We only respond to people who have sense. If you come and make noise, they delete it. If you repeat it, they block you. Now, I'm not saying we are not open to constructive criticism. If you criticize, they will respond scripturally. But if you talk trash, they will delete it. Talk again, they will block you. If you know so much, build your platform. Speak to me from there. Don't come and hang on the comment box and become a scholar, a ranking priest, all of a sudden. Your inheritance is glory. The Bible said, him that he predestinated, he called. Him that he called, he justified. Him that he justified, he glorified. Romans 8:30. John 17:22. The glory you gave me, I've given them, that they may be one as we are one. I'm a glory carrier. I hope you know glory is not just light shining. Glory is the weight of God, the majesty, the honor of God. It rests on my life, sir. Some people look at you, they are trying to guess a lot of things about you. I say, you are wasting your time, sir. Even if you guess correctly, that's not the factor. Glory has brought us to realms where mortality would not have been able to. The honor of God is on your life. You think Jesus hung on the cross naked for a show? It's so that you will be clothed with majesty. That's why I said, they which receive abundance of grace and of the gift of righteousness, they reign through life. The word is basileus. It means to king through life. We are monarchs. Revelation 1:6 said, he washed us in his blood and made us kings. There's honor on you. That's why when you talk foolishly, angels are shocked. No, the class you belong, they don't talk like that. Where the word of the king is, there's power. You talk power. There's honor on your life. That's why we dress with a knowing. You can't catch me dressed naked. No, sir, I'm dignity. When I see young ladies dressed naked, I say this one they don't know dignity. Have you seen any princess before that the body is exposed? They even wear gloves. That means even before they shake you and you touch their hand, you are somebody. They wear gloves. But look at our sisters today. Every private part is in the public. Because they know they don't have value. So they are trying so hard to advertise even the sacred things. But you are not that type of person. There's dignity on you. There's glory on you. That's your inheritance. You are accepted. See, you can't be rejected. My heart is broken. Can you imagine? He rejected me. No, sir. They don't reject me. You lose me. And not too long, you will know. Not too long. They don't reject me. They lose me. Those who don't have discernment, they lose me. And it's not me. It's all of us. Because we are accepted in the beloved. How many of you get what we are talking about here? It's your inheritance. You are the righteousness of God. You have a standing in God's courtroom. When you talk, your voice has a signature in heaven. That's why people like us, you don't find me in a bad day struggling. Me too, I want to say something. No, sir. Even in the world, there are people who before they talk in your event, you pay them. They are not talking life. They are not talking righteousness. They are not talking God. But they know they have something to say. And you are hustling to go and say something in a birthday. Relax, sir. Relax. Your voice has signature in heaven. Even if you don't talk in a gathering, if you talk in your closet, it can affect territories. It's your inheritance. And then even material things, they are part of it. The Bible said in Job 22, 23, 24, it said, when you return to the Almighty, you shall be built up. And it said, you shall lay up gold as dust, the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brook. We were not called here to walk in lack. How can you walk in lack carrying the wisdom of God? Having access to inspiration, the favor on your life. How could you walk in lack? It's a wonder. It's a wonder for you to be able to walk in lack. He said, whatsoever he doeth, he shall prosper. This is inheritance. So when we say God is giving you your inheritance, it means you are possessing the things of God that has been given to you as a steward. So when I show up, you want to estimate my wealth, check God out. I tell my people here, we spend from glory. Paul said in Philippians 4:19, my God supply all your needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. We spend from places that never diminish. That's your inheritance. Even if it was not working, when you come, it will start working. There's something on you. Do you know the abundant life is your inheritance? The abundant life. He said, I am come, John 10:10, that you might have life to the full. Anything I touch works. And this is not me trying to preach bold. I can give you many instances. If I touch it, it will work. I have the abundant life. That's my inheritance. And that's yours. Because Jesus didn't give it to me alone. He gave it to all of us that are born of him. We have entered our inheritances. That's advancement. Imagine what will happen if from today your business just begins to blossom. Because now you have the consciousness that you carry the abundant life. That nothing dies with you. Imagine if the consciousness that you can't be rejected, you are accepted, is awoken on your inside. Do you know how many doors we open? Doors that before now were shut. They will just open on their own accord. Even you won't know how, but you know it should. This is who we are. This is our calling. Don't let anything intimidate you because of your gender, your skin color, or your age. Whether young or old, it doesn't matter. What we are trading with is eternal. Your inheritance. If I touch a business, it prospers. If I touch a man, he prospers. Anything I touch prospers. Life flows out of me. I know. I know. It's my inheritance. When I talk, my words are law. I know. The Bible said this is the honor that God has put upon his sons. Isaiah 54 verse 17. I know. It's my inheritance. And I fight to keep it. That's who you are. But you see, God does not stop there. When he gives you your inheritance, then he commands you to begin to enlarge. He commands you to enlarge. Because your inheritances are usually bigger than you when you came in. So God commands you to enlarge. Look at the word God gave to one man, the whole earth. But the moment he put the man in the garden, he said, listen, don't tie yourself to this garden. The garden is the starting point. He said in Genesis 1:28, God blessed them. And God said, be fruitful. God said, multiply. God said, replenish. God said, subdue. God said, have dominion. So when you enter your inheritance, don't rest. Begin to enlarge. Begin to expand. Because the fourth dimension of advancement is enlargement. A little one becomes 1,000. A small one becomes a great nation. Isaiah 54 verse 2, he said, enlarge the place of your tent. Enlarge it. See, deliberately go for bigger things. Grow into it. Grow into it. There is the potential for enlargement in you. You are the one who will limit it. The prophet wanted to help a widow. The first thing he told her is gather many vessels. He said gather not a few. The reason he finished was because you were not ready for enlargement. And you know what happened? The oil stopped flowing when the last vessel got filled. Enlarge. Plan for big things. Plan. Enlarge the place of your tent. Stretch forth the curtains of your habitation. It says, spare not, lengthen thy cause, strengthen thy stake. When you enlarge, toughen it. Enlarge again, toughen it. Enlarge, toughen it. People will look at you and say, oh, these ambitious people, let them be talking. The command on your head is occupy till I come. Don't bother responding to them. Advancement is enlargement. And then finally, advancement is speed. And when I was praying with them yesterday, I told them any dimension you are in, the faster, the better. If it is freedom from captivity, the faster, the better. If it's promotion, the faster, the better. If it's possessing inheritance, the faster, the better. If it's enlargement, the faster, the better. That's why the crowning jewel of enlargement is speed. When you find of advancement is speed. When you find a man who is advancing, one of the ways to calibrate it is speed. You can't say something is advancing that it does not have acceleration or velocity. No. Every advancing thing must have speed associated with it. And so when God is advancing you, you will begin to break natural laws. It took somebody 10 years. Nobody said it will take you 10. Why will it not take you 1? It said in 1 Kings 18:46, and the hand of God came upon Elijah, and he outran. He ran ahead of the chariots of Ahab, even to the gates of Jezreel. Some of you are used to millipede walk, chameleon movement, and you justify the veracity of what you are doing by the slowness. I know the place of process. I honor and respect process. But there's no one that said it must be slow to be God. God created the world in 6 days. The whole earth. And you are doing a little thing. You say, be careful. Those of you who want speed. Oh God, even science is moving fast. The serpent in the garden is now a dragon. You still want to be like the Adam in the garden. Adam is no longer like the one in the garden. No. The earthly man has become Lord from heaven. The living soul has become a quickening spirit. Catch up. Don't despise process. Don't short circuit process. But know when God is moving you. I told myself, Jesus finished at 33. I don't have the right to be doing what I'm doing now. I'm already late. That's why some of us procrastinate and relax. We think we have time. Meanwhile, your name is not Ancient of Days. Even the one who is called Ancient of Days built the whole world in 6 days. You who is not Ancient of Days, you want to finish one project in 30 years. Advancement is speed. Somebody is about to start flying. Martin Luther said, if you cannot run, if you cannot walk, if you cannot crawl, walk. If you cannot walk, run. If you cannot, no, it started from flying. If you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But by all means, get there. Sir, I will fly. I chose to fly. Those who are crawling, meet us in eternity. Meet us. When we finish, I'll be waiting for you there. Be careful not to eisegize instead of exegize. Because some of what we call process here is not process. We are just using African experience. We are reading African experience into scripture. Because the same God you are serving here, that you have to be 50 before you make impact, is using people in the United States to make impact at 17. So don't preach African experience and call it gospel. And I'm not undermining process. If God says you need 30 years to prepare, wait for 30 years. But that is your personal dealing. Don't make it a doctrine for the body of Christ. Because it can take you 20 years and take another person 6 months. Our program in God's calendar are different. Is somebody making progress already? Speed, speed, speed. When I get direction correctly, the next thing I'm looking for is speed. I love mileage. When I traveled to Australia, so you know the journey now. I sat in the aircraft for almost 27 hours. I started praying for supersonic aircrafts. Flew almost 7 hours to Doha. Flew 14 hours non-stop to Melbourne. And then I was going to go to Perth. I flew another 5 hours. I said, what is this? The first thing I did, I said, thank God we don't need camels now to preach the gospel. If I'm using 24 hours plus to come here, what will happen if I would have used a camel and a boat? That means I will come for, it will take me 3 months to arrive. So you do one apostolic invasion in 1 year. Speed. Cover mileage. Cover mileage. Don't neglect process, but what? Cover mileage. Cover. It's possible. That's what God wants to do with us. Imagine those of you that think you have to become 50 before you pray for the sick. Please, please help us. Start praying now. There are many sick people we need hands to pray for. Some of you seated here, you think it's in another 25 years before you make your first 1 million. How do we sponsor God's agenda? We have crusades. Make it fast. Which one is 25 years? Should we stop all the crusade and wait for 25 years? That's why you are gaining speed now. Now, speed. As I round up, what are the forces that make for advancement? What are the forces? I will just list it because our time is gone. Precursors. Number 1 is the hand of God. 1 Kings 18:46. The hand of God was upon Elijah. He outran the chariots of Ahab to the gates of Jezreel. He said in Exodus 3:19-20, Pharaoh won't let you go except by a strong hand. And he said, I will stretch forth my hand and strike Egypt with all my signs and wonders. Somebody needs the hand of God to enter his inheritance. There is a strong man there that has vowed that over his dead body before you enter, you need the hand of God. The apostles had to preach the gospel from Jerusalem to Judea to the uttermost part of the earth. A handful of people said they were Sanhedrin and said it won't happen. They knew they needed the hand of God. And in Acts 4:30-31, the Bible said they went to their company. When they prayed, there was a prayer they prayed. Stretch forth your hand. Stretch forth your hand. And do signs and wonders in the name of your holy child. They knew if the hand of God was stretched, God would dislodge all of those people. They will scatter them. Because the right hand of God is the hiding place of his power. The hand of God doeth valiantly. See, for some of you, all God needs to do today is to put his hand on your life. And you know how it is provoked? Is by prayer. Elijah knelt down, put his head in between his thighs, prayed. The hand of God was released. The early church, Acts 4:30, they prayed. The hand of God was released. Today you will pray and the hand of God will be released. You will see the difference. You will see it. Diverse dimensions of advancement will just begin to happen. And you'll be wondering what's going on. It's the hand of God. That hand can carry you from 0 to the top. He lifted the beggar. He doesn't have status, but he lifted the beggar from the dust. He lifted him from the dunghill. And he establishes him among princes to inherit thrones. Do you know the protocols required for you to sit with princes? How can a Joseph leave prison straight to the palace and become second in command? The hand of God. The hand of God. He doeth valiantly. He can change the game at any time. Number 2, what makes for advancement? The presence of God. Why the hand of God speaks of his sovereign authority. His presence speaks of his being participating with you. There are times when God does not just stretch his hand. He enters the fire with you. He enters the battle with you. He comes into the ring with you. And when it happens to you, you will see that even natural laws will be suspended. Genesis 39 verse 2. All Joseph had was God's presence. The Bible said God was with him. The Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man. And he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. He was a prosperous man. Next verse. Because the Lord was with him, God gave him grace before the sight of his master. Because of that, the master entrusted everything in the house to Joseph. He wasn't supervising. Presence. It will give you mileage. That was what Moses had. God said, I will send my angel before you. Moses said, please sir, if you don't go with us, we won't go. The hurdles are too many. You go read the nations that they fought. I was reading about the Amorites and the Bashans. They said their warriors were beastly men. You will see a man, there will be hair on his body like a bear. Some of the men are as tall as this building. If they slap you, you will faint. You will carry your spear. They will stand. You will stretch it. It will reach them. And they can hold your head and squeeze it. These were the people they were contending with. You think when those guys said, we are like grasshoppers, they were lying. They were not. Oh. They were speaking fact. The reason God was angry was because they were not talking faith. Okay, when they measure stature in the natural, you will be standing. You will be at a man's knee. That's your height. If he moves his leg, 10 of you will die. They say, is this the people we are coming to conquer? This is a wrong address. Go back to that map. Google map has got it wrong. Is this the location? This is not where God said. These ones don't fight with human beings. So Moses knew they needed presence. If your presence does not go with us, we won't move from here. But when God's presence comes, he gives you speed. That was why Joseph just kept rising, kept rising. He came to Potiphar's house. Before you know, he was in charge. He went to the prison. Before you know, he was in charge. He went to Pharaoh's court. Before you know, he was in charge. God was with him. God was with him. And guess what? For you, the Bible said he has come to be with you and in you forever. The challenge is that you are not conscious of his presence. Become like David. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. You are not conscious that he's present. That's why you are conscious of the mountain. The day you become conscious that he's with you, he will carry you. He will lift you. He will give you speed. Presence. You have no reason not to be the head and the head only. You have no reason. God is with you. Number 3, what is the force that makes for advancement? Divine favor. Divine favor. Anybody who has favor breaks protocols. Esther 2:17. She was made a queen by favor, not by beauty. If you read from verse 15, there were many virgins like her. All of them prepared like her. But the moment she entered, the Bible said she found favor with the king. So she was picked from other virgins, promoted to become a queen in the place of Vashti because of favor. When you find men that are moving fast, it's not just by hard work. There is favor on their lives. And you can provoke it. At least Esther showed us that fasting and prayer provoke favor. She showed us. In Esther 4:16, he said, take a 3 days fast. I will also fast with my maidens. When she was done, Esther 5:2, she showed up. And laws were broken because of her. The king said, whatever you want, I will give you. Even if it is half of my kingdom. One thing I don't joke with is favor. I read the Bible and I discovered there were 4 major things favor does. Number 1, it breaks protocols. The Bible said Esther entered at a time that she shouldn't enter. Meanwhile, the law of the Medes and the Persians uttered not. But because of favor, it was uttered. The king lifted the scepter and said, come. Number 2, favor commands the allegiance of men. People will start working with you as though they are confused. It's a force. In 1 Chronicles 12:22, the Bible said, daily men joined themselves to David until his host became like the host of God. Favor. A man was in the cave. People were going there to submit to him, leaving the one who was in the palace. Number 3, favor sponsors encounters. When the angel came to Mary, she didn't say, I came because you are a virgin. Virginity is a requirement, but you are highly favored. That's why you were chosen. So people who carry favor have open heavens. Favor. And then number 4, favor occasions wealth transfer. Exodus 12:36. The Bible said God gave favor to the Israelites. They spoiled the Egyptians. If I share testimonies with you, you will shout. You will shout. You know what God told me? He said this ministry is not sponsored by offering and tithe. When people give, they are honoring me. They are expressing their love for me. That's what you should teach them. That's why I teach you here like that. Where a man's heart is, his treasure is there. Honor the Lord with your substance. He said when they give, they are worshiping. Philippians 4:18, your offering has come up as a sweet-smelling savour. He said, what will bring resources to this ministry is my favor on your life and the honor I put on your life. Sir, people look for my account details sometimes for 6 months. Those who have the numbers will tell you. They are looking for it as if it's a treasure they are seeking. You will marvel. What people go out of their way to do. They say, I heard your message. I was so touched. Is that why you want to kill yourself? Even they don't understand what's going on. Meanwhile, we don't talk money here. It's favor. It commands wealth transfer. As you demonstrate good stewardship, God increases the favor. He increases it. He increases it. So when a man will advance, God will first of all put favor on his life so that he can advance. So that he can advance. Joseph advanced by favor. Esther advanced by favor. You don't have it, you can't advance. Number 4, what makes for advancement is divine wisdom. The Bible said in Ecclesiastes 10:10, wisdom is profitable to direct. How do you think Solomon became so great? It was by wisdom. In 1 Kings 4:29, God gave Solomon wisdom. People brought all kinds of resources to Solomon just to hear him talk. They will load camels with silver, with gold, just to sit down and hear Solomon. They traveled from all parts of the world. The energy and the resources David was using to fight wars, Solomon didn't need to. He was building palaces, enjoying himself, and he was at peace. Wisdom substituted for battle. Those who should fight him brought gold to sit down and learn, and they will come. Solomon will start giving parables about birds. He will talk about rivers. He will talk about trees. He will look at a tree and start talking. The people will be shocked. What kind of wisdom is this? When he talk, they will drop a camel loaded with silver, loaded with gold. You need to see how many cows they slaughtered in Solomon's house every day. Because of wisdom. The guy was moving at the speed of light. You can't advance without wisdom. That's why the Bible said you should buy the truth and sell it not. He said wisdom is the principal thing. Get wisdom. Foolishness is too expensive for you. He said the promotion of the fool is his shame. You can't afford not to. And you know the beginning of wisdom is not reading, it's the fear of the Lord. The reason this generation is becoming foolish is because we lack the fear of God. But those who will reign, those who will advance, are people of wisdom. Number 4, or number 5, is the strength of God. The strength. There's something called the spirit of might. When God wants to give you speed, he puts that strength on you. The Bible said in Isaiah 40:31, it said, they that wait upon the Lord, they renew their strength. They mount up with wings like eagles. It said when they run, they are not weary. So the moment that strength comes, you start running. And in case you choose to walk, he said you won't faint. So men who advance, they know how to substitute human strength with divine strength. And one of the ways to do it is to sit in the presence, is to wait on the Lord. He said if you faint in battle, your strength is little. Those of us who move, we have strength. And a point comes when it will reflect even in your physical body. See, if you see the schedules we keep, you'll be shocked. They are enormous. There are times when in a week, I minister up to 24 times. 2 weeks ago when I was in 3 weeks ago, when we were doing the last prayer watch, when I was in the UK, I took 12 sessions in 2 days. Every 3 hours, led prayer for 1 hour. And then I finished, ministered 2 sessions in RCCG, ministered in Encounter Jesus London, and then we started a center in Birmingham. I ministered there. That's 12 plus 5. Then I ministered the Wednesday in the Healing to the Nation program. Flew 9 hours to Kenya and ministered 3 sessions. Got back here, ministered Sunday and Tuesday. You think we are relaxed and we are moving. Monday to Friday, you don't deploy yourself to anything. You say, we are going to advance. Never. God give you strength to use it. Deploy your strength if you will advance. Number 6, as I round up, vision. The fastest way to move is to see. He said in Habakkuk 2 verse 1, I will stand upon the watch and I will see what he will say to me. He said, and he said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may what? Run. The moment you download what you have seen, the next thing is to run. That he may run that reads it. So the product of vision is to cover mileage. Those who don't see, they can't run. That's why one of the battles of the devil is to blind you. He said, if our gospel be hid, 2 Corinthians 4:3-4, is he to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them, so they didn't receive the glorious gospel, which is the invisible image of God. So many people are not moving because they are blind. Have you ever seen a blind man running? Running is a principle of retardation. You will need somebody to direct you, so you are at the mercy of another. But the moment your eyes open, speed becomes inevitable. So one of the precursors of speed and advancement is sight. Those who run, they see. And that's why you can't afford to be blind. But guess what? Distraction blinds. Corruption blinds. It's a flee youthful lust that wages war against your soul. This generation is blinded because many are given to distraction. Only those with single eyes see. Only those that live holy can see. Say, they that are pure in heart, they shall see God. Corruption blinds. Distraction blinds. There are some people, even in this service, they are already tired. And I know them. That's why I keep talking. You will see them. They will turn like this. They will turn like this. They will carry their phone. Check WhatsApp. Check Instagram. This voice, even if you go to sleep, you will hear it. You think moving, they are turning, they are yawning. You think they want to do something? Let this service close. Some of them will hang here and talk for 30 minutes. But as service is going on, something is eating them. It's the spirit of the age. They will carry their phone, scrolling nothing for 4 hours. They will scroll. When the feed is over, they will refresh and start scrolling. And when they come here, they want you to rush for 10 minutes. Never. This is an apostolic ground. We preach for long. We choke you with the word. Did you read Acts chapter 5? Peter was preaching for only God knows how long. Ananias came in, died. They carried and buried. He preached for another 3 hours. Sapphira came in, died. They carried and buried. He was still preaching. I put reels online. You come to church, you still want to hear reels? There's no reels here, sir. We will cook you. We will choke you. We will saturate you until you become the word. Close now, close now. Close where? Close where? When did you come here? You have 168 hours in a week. You only spend 7 to 8 hours here. What do you do with 160 hours? And then you come here, you want to hasten me. Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. Elohim Adonai. Sit down, let me round up. Malekele kabarakatona fakatali. See and run. If you can see, you can run. If you can see, you will advance. Number 7, the help of God. Acts 26:22, Paul said, having received the help of God, I have continued until this day. I told you, anyone standing is standing because he is helped of God. The Bible says you can of yourselves do nothing. Even Jesus said, I can of myself do nothing. He is the vine. We are the branches. You need God's help to cover mileage. The race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. So of the Lord that showed mercy. He said, when you get into the promised land, don't say it was by the strength of our hands that we got here. Don't say that. It was the mighty hand of God that brought you. You need help. I need help. The Bible spoke of a king called Uzziah in 2 Chronicles 26:15. He said he was marvelously helped of God, and his life was a wonder. It was a wonder. It was a wonder. There are so many of them, but we're out of time. But you need help to have speed, to advance. And if I may add, the blessings of the Lord. The blessings. That's the crowning joy. The blessings. God made one man, put him on earth, and expected that man to saturate the earth. How will that happen? By the blessing. And the Lord blessed them. And the Lord blessed them. And the Lord said, be fruitful. Genesis 1:28. Multiply, replenish, subdue, have dominion. So when a man is blessed, he must be fruitful. He must multiply. He must replenish. He must subdue, and he must have dominion. Because the word blessing is caused to prosper, empowered to prosper. So a man who is blessed will advance. And that's why in the kingdom, we are a blessed people. We are a blessed nation. Too blessed to be oppressed. I'll call 2 of the elders to come and speak a blessing. That's why I rounded up here. So that they, even if they come and say, be blessed, run with it. It's not about the lingo. The word blessed is empowered to prosper. Who wants to be empowered to prosper? Rise up and begin to pray.